So what's going on, guys? My name's Ash and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel today. I hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. I'd just like to start off today's video by saying thank you for all of your support on the recent couple of uploads that I've posted, because I know I haven't been that active on this channel and it's amazing to see that so many of you are still interested in my content and still sticking around to see what I come up with. So yeah, thank you massively for that, guys. You guys are awesome. In this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about how FIFA 20 could potentially be the best FIFA of all time if they make the changes that are required. Now, I'm not saying FIFA 20 will be the best FIFA of all time, because we all seem to think that every year and we just get let down. What I am saying is if EA implements some of these features, then it could well potentially be. Just before we get started though, guys, I would appreciate it if you could drop this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new so you never miss out on any videos like this one, and also turn on notifications so you are notified whenever a video is posted. That would be massively appreciated. And with that aside, guys, let's get right into today's video. So I think I speak for everyone when I say in FIFA 19 and all of the previous FIFAs, gameplay has been the main issue. Gameplay has been the main part of the game which puts people off playing. And I feel like it's important that I make this point first, because gameplay eclipses absolutely everything when it comes to a FIFA installment, because no matter what content is released, no matter what SBCs are released, no matter what game modes are released, if the fundamentals of the game is wrong, if the gameplay is terrible, then it doesn't matter what's introduced. The game is going to be terrible. A perfect example of this is if we look at the content in FIFA 19, they've actually done very well with it. They've released a lot of players, a lot of SBCs, a lot of promos to keep people interested, but I still think the game is much worse than FIFA 18 because the gameplay is so awful. Now, this isn't me saying FIFA 18 gameplay was perfect, because it was far from it. In fact, it wasn't amazing, but I'm saying it's still better than FIFA 19, and I personally enjoyed that game more for that reason, because I play FIFA for the gameplay. I don't play it for the content as such. So when I say gameplay needs to be improved in order to make FIFA 20 a good game, the first main part of it I think that should be focused on is AI defending, or computer defending, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Because this is by far the most infuriating thing in FIFA 19, because it rewards players for not doing anything essentially. For those of you that don't actually know what AI defending is, I've explained it a few times already, but it's essentially where the computer will automatically position players, automatically make interceptions, tackle and pressure your opponent without you doing anything. So what this has done in FIFA 19 is it's allowed people to run back with strikers and still essentially win the ball back without them actually doing anything, because the computer's all doing it for them. And the annoying thing about a computer is they're pretty much programmed to perfection, whereas a human is prone to error. And it allows people to use the drop back tactic, where every player gets behind the ball, everyone is in your own half pretty much 90% of the time, making every game like a 1-0 game, making it very slow and boring to play, and it's just no fun. Now, I'm not saying EA should totally remove AI defending, because it wouldn't work otherwise, because a person can only control one player at a time, so there still needs to be some basic positioning from the computer. But what they shouldn't be doing is actively sticking their legs out, making tackles and pressuring opponents without you giving any input, because that's just overpowered and it should not be a thing, and it makes the game extremely frustrating and boring to play. So if we were to put it on a scale, let's say AI defending is currently at 10 out of 10, it needs to at least be half, so it's about 5 out of 10, so the computer is way less, interruptive of the game. Because if we wanted to play the computer, we'd go and play squad battles, wouldn't we? I can't tell you how much this alone would make the game so much more fluent and fun to play. But yeah, please EA, please listen to us and please nerf AI defending, because it's ridiculous in its current state. Now, the next thing that comes to mind when it comes to improving gameplay is shooting. I think this is far too inconsistent in FIFA 19, and it definitely needs to be addressed before the next game is released. Now, I've spoken about this before, but it feels like currently whenever you take a shot, it's a gamble as to whether it'll go in. It feels like a complete roll of the dice, and it shouldn't really feel like that in a game like FIFA, I don't think. Because the skill gap in FIFA has never been in shooting. It has been breaking down the defense, it's been passing, and it's been defending. EA implemented timed finishing in FIFA 19 to try and add a bit of a skill gap to shooting, and I don't really think they've done that, because it pretty much becomes muscle memory after a while. And even so, even when you get green timed shots, they pretty much always miss. Well, that's just my experience anyway. So when it comes to improving shooting, I don't want long shots to be as effective as they are, because they take absolutely no skill, because all you have to do is press circle or press B and the ball goes flying into the corner, and you haven't broken down the defense, you haven't made a nice build up play, you haven't really done anything except take take a pot shot where you haven't had to actually, you know, think about what you're doing. Now, I know it wasn't a perfect meta, but in FIFA 17 and 18, load drivens were obviously very overpowered, and to be fair, I was quite content with this because you at least had to break down your opponent and work your way into the box in order to get, you know, into these shooting positions where the load drivens were effective, and they went in like 9 out of 10 times, and I was okay with that because if you broke down your opponent, if you made it into their box and you created a lot of chances, the chances are you were going to win the game, which is how I think FIFA should be. That's just my opinion, but I think load drivens need to be the most effective form of shooting because it's the only one which is really, you know, like inventing a skill gap. Personally, I think first time shots need to be toned down as well because I find them extremely unrealistic and annoying, and there is no way that they should be more effective than you taking a touch and then going for a shot, which it seems to be like in FIFA 19. I feel more comfortable, you know, shooting the ball first time than I do taking a touch, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, shooting needs an overhaul, and if they can't think of a good way of doing it, at least just bring back the load drivens because at least they were somewhat skillful. None of this long shot first time finesse BS that we've had to deal with this year because that was just painful. Now, the next thing that I think needs to be changed before FIFA 20 is the servers, and this is just something that I really can't see happening because we've had to deal with this for years and years now, and it just looks like they do not care at this point. I cannot tell you guys how frustrating it is to play a game in FUT Champs or Division Rivals and have connection being the determining factor of who wins the game because you cannot shoot, you cannot move your players because of the 100 millisecond ping delay. Now, for me, it doesn't matter what gameplay changes they make. If they do not fix the servers, if they do not find a way to remove delay and lag in FIFA Online, then the game's screwed because, like, it doesn't matter what gameplay features you have. If you have delay or lag, you cannot do what you want to do, and it makes the game very boring, very slow, and just a ball ache to play. Because I tell you what, guys, I've had very few games in FIFA 19 where the server connection has been absolutely perfect, and I've somewhat had fun because I can at least do what I want to do, and it feels a lot more responsive, and the game's just so much better that way, and I wish EA could find a way to fix that for FIFA 20 because it would make the game so much better just by itself. Now, next up, I think La Croquetas and El Tornadoes and all of the ridiculously overpowered but unrealistic skill moves need to be nerfed because it just makes the game a bit of a joke, in all honesty. Like, have you ever been watching like the FIFA Global series where players are just doing El Tornadoes, hitting first time volleys and crosses and then just headering the ball? Like, that's not football. When have you ever seen a player do that in real life? I get that FIFA needs to be fun, I get that FIFA's a bit of an arcade game, but they should be resembling football at least slightly because all of these skills, all of these ridiculous moves and shots and stuff, it just makes the game feel like a joke. So yeah, I definitely think El Tornadoes and La Croquetas need to go because they're just way too overpowered and just annoying, to be honest. And it's not like they even take skill to use. Like, a La Croqueta is the easiest skill move to do in the game, and the El Tornado isn't even difficult, so don't try and play it down as if it's like a skill gap or anything. The La Croqueta beats any player and you don't even have to think about what you're doing. If they are going to keep La Croquetas, I at least think they need to make it so you can't do so many in quick succession because it's just like ridiculous. But yeah, that's just my opinion, guys. I think the game would be far better without it. Now, the next thing is something that you guys might not really have picked up on, and I just think it's the inconsistency in passing. Like, how you cannot make a pass to someone that is right next to you, yet you can ping a first time cross where you're not even looking at the guy. Like, you know, I think it's very inconsistent and needs to be looked at. Like, if you're looking at a guy that's 5-10 yards away and you're just trying to hit a simple pass, there should be pretty much minimal error on that, and there should be more error on a cross because it's a longer distance and it's harder to, you know, pinpoint. But yeah, in this game it feels like it's easier to do a first time cross than it is to just do like a simple 1-2 pass, which is just not how it should be in this game, in my opinion. Now, moving away from gameplay, I feel like it's important that we get some new fun game modes within Ultimate Team so it's not all just competitive try hard mode all the time. Because don't get me wrong, Division Rivals, FUT Champions, yeah, that's all great, it's fun to try your ass off at times, but sometimes you just want to come home from work, come home from school, or just chill on a weekend and play in like a Gold Cup tournament for like a crappy pack or something with players that you want to use, and people are playing with everyone that they want want to use, opposed to just using the meta players. I'll tell you what guys, I'd love to be rocking Giroud up front, like honestly I would, he'd make my day. Again, I've spoken about this before, but EA need to realise like 13% of people that play FIFA have qualified for the FUT Champions Weekend League, and a lot of people that play the game are just not competitive players. They just want to, you know, play the game casually and they just want to have fun, and EA need to recognise that FIFA is not just a game for the competitive try-hard esport players, and it's a game for football fans, it's a game for parents, it's a game for kids, it's a game where people should just be able to have fun, jump on, play with the team that they want. You know, let's say you support Liverpool, you should be able to play with a full Liverpool team knowing that you're not at a disadvantage. Now next up, I think FUT Champions rewards need to be changed, or at least like the red picks and the team of the week packs and stuff, because you know, at the minute they're just not worth it, and people that are doing extremely well in the weekend league, people that are very good players, are just not getting rewarded for their efforts, and it's not worth it. I don't exactly know how they could fix this, but they need to do something, like, you know, put like a minimum rating on a player that you're getting like a red pick or something, so you're at least guaranteed something somewhat decent if you finish higher up. Because when I used to play this game a lot, I finished Elite 1, Elite 3, Elite 2, you know, basically I was finishing Elite every week, and I just knew I wasn't expecting anything, I knew I wasn't going to get anything, and it's extremely demotivating to play, you know, a game that's so fundamentally flawed in gameplay, knowing full well that at the end of it, you're probably not going to get anything anyway. I also think draft rewards should be changed, because the amount of times I've won the draft and lost coins is beyond a joke right now. I think a fair change to the draft rewards would be to keep the packs the same, but if you win it, you get a draft token on top, because then at least you don't lose coins, and when you do open the packs and you get an 83 as your best player, you haven't even gained that much anyway, but you've still got profit. That would make drafts so much more rewardable and enjoyable for me. I also think we need more complex promos in FIFA opposed to just having SBCs and packs, because it gets stale after a while and it's just boring. Now let's take the Future Stars promo for example. What they could have done is put players in SBCs and packs and starting them off like quite low rated, and you have to play games with them, complete challenges with them to level them up and boost them in ways that you like. I personally think something like that would be cool, because it makes promos unique and it makes them a bit more exciting and gives you a bit of a grind. Like let's say you got Future Stars Calvert-Lewin, and in order to boost his shooting up by 2, you need to score 3 volley goals. Like that'd be cool. It kind of reminds me of how the old pro clubs pro accomplishments used to work back in like FIFA 16 and before that, where you had to do like certain things in order to level up your player. But yeah, more diverse promos please, EA. Now moving away from Ultimate Team, I think pro clubs is the game mode most in need of a change, and this really frustrates me because pro clubs has by far the most potential in all of FIFA. The ability to make your own player, the ability to make your own club is amazing, and I think EA should be promoting this a lot more, because there's so much that they could actually do with it, and the beauty of pro clubs is that you can play with friends. Unfortunately, I'm not one for ideas, but what I did think with pro clubs is like they could invent like a currency or something that you earn by playing matches and stuff like that, where you can upgrade your stadium, upgrade the CPUs, buy boots, buy hairstyles, even like tattoos and stuff like that. Just something to add a bit of diversity to the game mode, instead of just, you know, everybody having the same haircut, everybody having the same stadium, everybody, you know, having the same things, and just playing a match to get to Division 1. Like that's really boring, because what do you get for getting to Division 1? They could add like a weekend league type thing for pro clubs, so you actually get like a competitive mode and you get like big rewards for playing it, like you get like a special stadium if you finish like a certain rank. I don't know. Something to add a bit of grind to the game mode and give you a drive to play it would be awesome. Now I know pro clubs is not like their cash cow, that's Ultimate Team, so maybe they need to implement something like microtransactions in order for them to actually, you know, have the intention to work on it, because if the game mode starts making them money, then that's when they're going to start, you know, taking care of it, I guess. By microtransactions, I 100% do not mean pay to win. I'm thinking more of like cosmetic things, a bit like Fortnite and Apex and stuff like that, where you can buy like, you know, FIFA points or something and buy like a hairstyle, buy like some boots or something cool, I don't know, maybe even like a stadium, but something that's not going to give you a competitive advantage. They could even do like a battle pass, I don't know, but if they can make money off the game mode, if they can find a way to make money without it affecting like the gameplay and making it pay to win, then I'd be fully supportive of that, because it means that they're going to start taking care of the mode and pushing it a bit further. I'm going to end it here because I don't want the video to go on for too long, but yeah, this is my video on how I think FIFA 20 could be the best FIFA of all time if EA make these changes. changes. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you would change in FIFA 20 and how you think it could be the best FIFA of all time, because I do find it interesting to see what you guys think, and it also influences my opinion for like future videos and stuff, because I can be thinking, actually, you know, that's a pretty cool idea. But yeah, if you have found this video enjoyable or informative, guys, I would appreciate it if you could drop it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new so you never miss out on any videos like this one. Be sure to comment down below future video ideas and stuff like that, you know, just so I don't run out of content. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all later. Peace.